Hello everybody, and welcome to the 40 and Slip Bedtime Stories. Tonight, Bigfoot urinates on campers in Roanoke, Virginia. The year was 1972. A group of us from Roanoke, Virginia were on our annual after-football season camping trip in George Washington National Forest. We did this every fall as a treat after a tough season of high school football. We were in the North Creek campground, about 10 to 15 miles north and east of Buchanan, Virginia, an area called Arcadia between the Blue Ridge Parkway, the Appalachian Trail, and Interstate 81. We had the luck of getting what we called the Sportsman's Shelter, one of only two in the area provided on a first-come, first-served basis. There were 7 of us, and it was a Saturday night. The shelter was a 3-sided shelter with a wooden floor and raised approximately 3 feet off the ground. In the front of the open side is the area for a campfire. At about midnight, we had gone to bed around 11:30 or so. I was awakened by a strong stench and a presence in the shelter with us. We were all in sleeping bags, side by side with our heads against the rear wall and facing the large fire we had going in front of the shelter. What I saw made me freeze. I could not move even though I wanted to. I wanted to wake the others, but I couldn't speak. The animal was standing on its hind legs, and because the fire was directly behind it, it was a silhouette of a tall, 7-foot, hairy ape-like figure. I remember the hair covered it from head to toe, but could not make out any facial features because the light was behind it. After a short time, I felt a liquid splash my cheek, and it took a moment for me to realize that it was urinating between myself and the guy next to me. The smell was very strong, pungent. When finished, it stepped off the shelter floor and disappeared. It literally took me about 30 seconds to a minute to come out of what I can only describe as a paralysis. My friend Tim woke up about the same time yelling that someone had urinated on him. He had thought it was one of the other guys pulling a prank. By now, everyone was awake, and it was obvious no one else had done this. When I explained what I had seen, we decided to move from the shelter, which was isolated, to a campground about a quarter-mile away where there were more people. We were all pretty big guys, all football players, and pretty tough, but whatever happened that night scared us enough to break camp and move.